Welcome to the Customer Service University. This 12-part series equips CX professionals with the insights to excel in the industry. Join us as we unlock the secrets to becoming a leader in customer experience with guidance from top experts. Your journey to the top begins now. All right, welcome back to episode 3, Seeing the World Through Your Customer's Eyes. Today, we're going to be focusing on the critical role of immediate feedback in crafting exceptional customer experiences. Today, I've asked Patrick Reynolds, the Vice President of Client Success at Etech Global, who will share his insights on how real-time dashboards transform customer service strategies. Thank you for sharing your expertise today, Patrick. It's just an honor to have you today to share your expertise. I know that you started out as an agent. 20 years later, here you are, just one of the world's experts on seeing the world through customers' eyes. Thank you for being here.
Well, Dennis, thank you so much for having me again. And I just really appreciate an opportunity to, just to talk about my journey in this space and the impact that it has on all of our business as we try to drive customer experience. So just excited to be a part of this podcast again.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's get right into the class for the students or the listeners. Patrick, let's first talk about real-time feedback.
Yeah.
Can you explain, first of all, what is real-time feedback in today's world?
Real-time feedback in today's world is something that happens immediately and within the context of the interaction, right? So when I think of that, I think of things like, for example, giving in context clues to the agent regarding like what the offer should be based on like the customer spend and experience and their data usage, etc. Right? So that type of feedback in terms of like the customer, but also feedback around like how they're actually approaching the interaction, right? Are we able to steer them in real time to have an immediate impact on that interaction so that we're not coming back later and having to correct something with the customer or the offer that could have been addressed actually in real time?
Can you explain why immediate feedback is so crucial in today's customer service environment?
Yeah, it's really important because it allows the customer service teams to really quickly adjust and respond to customer needs and ensure that the issues are being resolved promptly. This timeliness enhances the customer satisfaction and loyalty as customers feel that their concerns are valued and addressed immediately.
Perfect. That's so informative. Thank you, sir. My next question is about the evolution of these tools. How have these tools and technologies for gathering and analyzing customer feedback evolved during your career?
So Dennis, you're dating me a little bit. So thank you for just reminding me of how long I've been doing this. But really, I've seen a really significant change. The feedback tools have evolved from when I first started, like simple surveys, to now where there are sophisticated real-time analytic platforms that integrate seamlessly with our CRM systems. And so this advancement, they provide like deeper insights through sentiment analysis, trend detection, and predictive analytics, enable proactive rather than reactive service adjustment. So it's really significantly changed and progressed over time.
Wow. All right. So with all these changes, we must be seeing a whole bunch of different kinds of dashboards. Can you walk us through the process of designing customized dashboards, real-time dashboards that track customer feedback or agent performance?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're really in a unique position as a BPO. We service so many different clienteles and different verticals. And so it gives us really a unique viewpoint into what each customer needs and being able to essentially design a process that starts, number one, with identifying the key performance indicators that align with the business objectives for that client. And once we determine that, we then integrate the data sources and employ user-centric design principles to ensure that the dashboards are intuitive and actionable, providing the managers and agents with real-time insights to guide decision-making.
Wow. So all that's possible today?
That is all possible today. And we're actually doing that with several of our clients, right? Where, based on what their need is, it looks very different than what another customer's needs are, right? And in creating the dashboard so that the information that's at their fingertips is really relevant and it's really easy for them to get to that information at a moment's notice. So our ability to be able to really design around like what their KPIs are and what their priorities are really helps it to bring that value beyond just, okay, it's just a dashboard, but no, this is a dashboard that I use and reference each and every day. And that's for us, when our client tells us, man, this is invaluable for us, that lets us know that we've built a dashboard that really is customized to their specific need.
So that sounds great, but let's talk about some of the challenges that people may face as they go on this journey themselves. So what are some of the challenges that people might face when implementing these different kinds of dashboards across different operations?
That's a great question. So one major challenge that we've seen is ensuring data accuracy and consistency across the various systems, right? So overcoming this involves meticulous data integration and regular audits. So another big one that we face is user adoption, which we typically address through comprehensive training and demonstrating the dashboard's value and improving performance, right? So essentially for the leaders that are going to be using it, the end user, like how is this going to make your job easier? How is it going to make it frictionless? And typically when we train them properly, we have the communication and involve them from the very beginning and building out kind of what we want the dashboard to look like, we see that the adoption is a lot higher.
Okay, so if it's adopted and you can overcome these challenges, then I imagine you're going to get some insights. Can you talk about some specific examples how real-time insights can improve customer service strategies?
Absolutely. For a particular retail call center that we work with, real-time dashboards highlighted a pattern of customer complaints about a specific product. And so what this insight allowed us to do was to quickly address the issue with the supplier and inform the customers about corrective actions, significantly reducing the complaint volumes and improving their brand trust.
Okay. So you're getting this data and the feedback. How do you incorporate that into the daily operations, and what changes do you see in the agents?
Yeah, so the insights that we get from the dashboards, they're integrated through our automated alerts and performance benchmarks that guide the daily agent activities. So every agent has their own unique ID that allows them to log in to see their own individual performance and trends. And so allowing them access to that information and creating alerts and performance alerts, we've seen improved response times and customer satisfaction scores improving as agents are better informed. And they can adapt, right? They can adapt their strategy and their tactics in real time. So that's been really helpful.
That's good. So you get the data, you get the insights, you apply it to the business. The agents sound like they're part of the process, and they can also act in real time, self-improve. So how do you take that system and how do you customize the dashboards, or can they be customized to meet the needs of a diverse set of clients?
Yeah, another great question. So these dashboards are intended to be highly customizable. And so they have modular components that can be adapted to different business metrics and objectives. And so essentially what we do is we configure the dashboards for each client to track specific KPIs that align with their strategic goals, ensuring that it's relevant and actionable insight that we're delivering back to them.
So there's a lot of ways to customize these dashboards. But that's for here and now. If I'm in the call center or customer service or customer experience industry, what's on the road ahead for these feedback technologies to help me see through the eyes of the customer? You know, what's on the horizon for feedback technology?
Absolutely. And just to preface this technology is changing at a lightning speed, right? So things are changing very, very often and we have to adapt. But some of the future things that we're seeing in terms of innovation are including the integrated AI-driven natural language processing to better interpret like open-ended feedback, and also using augmented reality for more interactive feedback sessions. In addition, we're seeing advancements in machine learning that will further enhance predictive capabilities, enabling even more proactive service adjustments.
All right, so the future is coming at us fast. That's both inspiring but also terrifying. You've obviously had a lot of experience. You're in a great place to implement this sort of thing. But if I'm in a different stage in my career with less opportunity or less resources, or I'm just learning, what advice would you give to other organizations who want to start seeing through the eyes of their customers and implementing real-time feedback systems?
Number one, you have to act, right? So you have to do something. Doing something is better than doing nothing. But what we've learned, a best demonstrated practice for us, is starting small with a pilot program. to demonstrate the value, and then you can refine your approach before like a full rollout. So that just allows you to really be very, very strategic in how you approach and roll this out. The other thing that you need to do is also ensure like really strong leadership support and involve the stakeholders in the design process to align the system with the user needs and business objectives. Too many times we leave out the end user and we don't get their feedback, and so the adoption is driven down by that. And then you have to invest in training to promote the adoption and proper use of the system. And so that's just kind of three things that, based on our experience and based on my experience implementing these, are some things to consider and to think about.
That's great advice. With all of that, it's been very academic, but I also, because I know you, and thanks again for sharing your insights. From your extensive experience, what lessons have you learned about managing customer feedback effectively?
Yeah, the key lessons that I've learned include the importance of just acting on feedback promptly to show customers that their input is valued and can lead to tangible change, right? So integrating that feedback into continuous improvement processes ensures customer insights contribute to long-term business success.
Awesome. Patrick, thank you so much for sharing your expertise on this lesson. It's been wonderful spending this time with you. Your experience has shed a lot of light on the importance of immediate feedback and shaping customer-centric strategies. Thank you for being on the show. Next episode, we'll be talking about improving customer service with coaching. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for joining us for this Customer Service University lesson. Discover how QEval can enhance your operations with real-time analytics, predictive insights, and comprehensive quality management. Visit qevalpro.com/learn to connect with our experts and exclusive support.